Chrissy Fay, how are you doing today?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I am super excited to have this quick conversation with you. Um, 16 to 18 years in talent acquisition and talent management.
Mhm.
You have been in multiple industries.
Yeah.
I first got the opportunity to get to meet you, find out how amazing you are, and partner with you on positions. I think back in 2017 when you were a striker.
Mhm.
Back, I think we just got out of high school then, but we won't,
Right.
right? So um, we're creating this video today so that we can share the fact that you're joining the SSI team. We couldn't be more excited to have you. As I think about the companies that we partner with and are following, how blessed they're going to be to get to know you and all the value that you're going to bring to this team. So welcome. And what are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'm super excited to be joining your team. From the second you and I connected, Darwin, I can tell you got it. You understood exactly what to do, how to do it. The attention to detail, what you provided in your content was amazing. And honestly, it was within the same mindset of everything I would do in recruiting. So it was absolutely amazing. You always presented the best candidates, the quick turnaround, right on point. You really listened, you really understood, you asked the right questions. So I knew immediately, we clicked pretty instantaneously. And I knew immediately, I'm like, this is someone I'm going to know for a long time. And sure enough,
4.5 years, 5 years later.
That's right. Here we are. So
Yeah.
I am incredibly grateful for this opportunity to join this amazing team. What you have done in the short time that I've known you, unbelievable. And
Thank you.
Honestly, such a wonderful, respectful type of environment that you've created, and the partnership with your clients, and just everything from how you treat the candidates to how you treat the clients. I've worked for and utilized many agencies in my time, and I will say there's nothing like what I've experienced with Keurig Solutions. So I'm really grateful and blessed to be here and join this amazing team.
Well, we couldn't be more excited for you to be joining us, because I think it's a perfect fit. We have the same values and how we want to bring value to other people being the focus. As you make this move, you have a ton of experience in industry, and certainly in our niche of med device. What do you see as some of the top challenges companies have in bringing on the right talent?
I'll be honest with you. A lot of it is just getting in their own way. And it's kind of normal. And I always like to say, to hiring managers, you have your full-time job. This is ours, right? But we have to dig deep up front and really hone in on what it is. And, the problem I think I see a lot is that the hiring managers, they're busy, right? There's a lot going on for them. So in order for them to be able to really stop and think about, okay, what is this? What does this look like? And then what is it specifically I need, but also what's going to value and benefit my team going forward? They have to take that pause. And so you just remind them of those things. And, but I see that a lot. Sometimes the companies themselves, right? You've seen it, I'm sure, over the last couple of years.
Too much red tape.
Yeah.
Processes.
Exactly. And the big shift, even going to remote, has been a huge challenge, right? Where, quite honestly, that's something I've done my entire career, and I didn't think twice about it, right? It was just not a big deal. But to a lot of companies, that is a big deal, and they have to adjust to that and then learn how to manage within that as well. So just a lot of different factors there. But I think the empathy and the true connection are key right now, for sure.
Yeah, and you just made the comment. I mean, it's almost work from anywhere now, right? Not work from home, it's work from anywhere. And as you look at the companies that manage that post pandemic, as we get through the pandemic, what areas are they going to allow to work remote versus hybrid, versus even the legal challenges of, okay, treating people equally. Obviously, if you're in production, you can't work from home.
Right.
So there's a lot that still needs to be done there, and that companies have to sort of figure out. But in terms of how we bring people value, and you just mentioned everybody's busy. I always say when you're filling positions, you're the one picking up the slack. It's easy to sort of miss the forest for the trees. And I think sometimes people focus too much on a job description or a resume versus talents that they need that can bring value to their company. And hopefully that's something, I think one reason why we've grown is being able to share ways to think outside of the box.
Yep.
And the more clients give us that leeway, the more, the harder we can work for them, the more value, the more vetting we can do for them. So
absolutely. And in today's day and age, obviously we know what the market's like out there. I've never seen anything like this in my career. It is really tough. So it is even more essential for anybody that's trying to hire to really stop, take a pause, take a step back and look at this holistically, what makes sense, and really have those connections. It's so vital and important. I mean, you have companies rolling out the red carpet, just trying to fight for the talent.
Yeah.
And it's not easy, it's really about understanding where the candidate's coming from. What is it that they need? And can you work with that? And I personally love seeing what a lot of companies are doing and opening that up. I think it's wonderful, and it empowers people a bit more, which I think we needed for a long time.
Yep. And I think how you partner with your clients, I look at our client companies as our partner, and really the candidates are both of our clients,
right,
and how we connect with them. And I think that the industry is sort of primed for a continued movement to bring more value to the candidate. And I think there's too many processes where the candidate maybe isn't brought as much value. And the more that they can understand what the opportunity looks like and they're respected, and that communication and managing expectations is just so vital.
Yeah.
So I am so excited that you're joining us. Maybe as we finish up here, share with us what you enjoy about this, and what our clients, client partners and candidates can look forward to when they interact with you.
Sure. Well, I mean, one of the things that I've kind of pride myself on is I'm from a very large family. I know we've talked about this, but
Right.
I'm the last of 12. My husband's the last of 7. So, I feel like I was kind of set up for this industry, really. This was going to be my career path.
You had to fight for your meals.
Yeah, you had to fight for your meals. You had to navigate within a bunch of different types of personalities.
Right.
And, I think it just kind of set me up for success. But I look at this as my way of helping people. And I know you do too.
Yeah.
I always say I can't save a life. I don't have that ability or the education and knowledge to be able to do that. And I'm not solving world peace, although I have some thoughts there.
Okay. We can talk about that next week when you're here.
That's right. That'll be our next one. But this is my way of helping people. Your career, your job affects every aspect of your life. It affects your family's life, and it affects their family's life, and it goes on and on. And so it's a really important piece. And then, on the flip side of that is with the clients, with the companies, partnering with them to really help them understand and attract the proper talent and bring them the talent that is a fit. It's got to be a fit on both sides. But helping them to provide that value for them and their organization. I mean, there's just no greater feeling. In the companies I've worked for, I have loved working with companies where I would, possibly have a visit back when we could, and walk around and say, "Oh my gosh, hi," right? I place that person. And they're so happy. And these aren't one-time connections. I have made connections my entire career. I've kept every one of those connections.
Yeah.
They're friends, they're, colleagues, they're people I network with, they're, people I respect. And so that connection on both sides is just so very important. And if I can bridge that gap for them, and that's my talent, awesome.
Well, and it's all about the relationships and how you bring other people value. And you think about making a career move. It's one of the top 7 most stressful things that people do. Yeah. And we deal and manage multiple scenarios of that every single day. So not only making sure, understanding what somebody wants to do with their experiences, what that next step in their career, and then sharing the right opportunities and help being that agent to get them through that process, but also that emotional piece, because it's a little bit of a roller coaster, and being there for people, and that whatever those feelings are, that's normal. And helping them through that, because they're not used to dealing with it like we are all the time. So we are super excited to have you on board. The sky's the limit. Values, everything matches up. And so we're grateful to have you, and can't wait to get started next week.
I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I look forward to see what we're going to do together.
It's going to be crazy. All right.
It'll be great.
Hear me, won't you speak to me when I open up? And I forward my thoughts to you, but sometimes I'd say you're thinking too much, and I don't wanna hide.